So, stacking. This is the way I do it. I find it very easy to do it this way. I've tried it a couple of different ways and it's very complicated having to go back on yourself. Quantities are up to you, just make sure these ones are in sandstone because you're going to be deleting these, and you main one in whatever tier you want. I use black ice, so yeah, we'll give that a go. We're in the gutter at the moment where you'll see this the most, so start off with your fence and ceiling on top. Put a pillar down, there we go, then you delete your ceiling, and then your next step, which is your triangle, and as you can see that's your spacing that you're going to get. So either go to the side of it like this, or you can delete this and put it in middle. For this one I'm just going to go to the side and make sure you put it the right way around, and there we go. Delete your sandstone, get some resources back, but if that's not the most simple method for doing that, and there you go, you can go all the way across. It's nice, quick, easy. Do it again, and then your wedge, and then your fence. There we go. So sometimes it'll put this triangle foundation, the triangle wedge, wrong. So you just need to make sure on this, if they're going any other way, like this, your wedge will go the wrong way around. So just make sure it's across, like that. Pillar underneath, delete, and then wedge. And there we go. So you can do that as many times as you want. There will be a more detailed video on this and the builds you can do with it, and what you can do with this and how you can make it stronger. So as you can see, this is why you see so many people with hundreds of gate frames. Oh. There we go. Well, that one's not very well, but there we go. And that's how you do it. That is fence stacking in a nutshell. This next one might be common knowledge, but I thought I'd throw it in there just if there's any new starters or you come across this and don't know how to deal with it. But it is the annoying can't build here glitch that you get when you accidentally stand in the way and it won't let you place anymore. See that? Failed to place. I'm sure you get that a lot when you're building. All you have to do is switch materials and just drag it over at the same spot to reset it. It'll let you put it down straight away. So no more of that not letting you place. Doesn't happen all the time, but when it does, it's annoying. There we go again. Quick switch, doesn't matter what you use, and it just resets it. Alright, so this one's a bit of a two-parter when building. So you're trying to wall off a mountain, as you do, because you wanted to build on top of it, so you want a foundation all the way down. Or one little bonus tip, always start from top, never start from bottom when you're doing things like this, because you don't, if you start from the bottom and build up, you never know what's sunk into the mountain. So they could destroy one thing on middle and then the next three above it go. So start from top, then you know what's sunk and what's not sunk. As you can see, it will go down and you know every single one of these is sunk. So if they destroy this middle one here, this top one's still going to sit there. Now for when we're building, you see this, it's not going to let me put one here, is it? And it's not going to let me put one at side here, which is annoying, but you need one here. So what you do is you build down, until it'll let you go across. Try and find it on any side you can, but eventually it will let you go down and across. See that there? And what you want to do, the easiest way, you can ceiling out, foundation. Now you must be thinking, yeah, that's going to fall as soon as you get rid of that on the ceiling. But nope, it's going to stick in. So ceilings are your friend when building, yeah? So this one is sunk now. So it doesn't matter what else it's attached to, it's sunk. So you'll be able to do it on this one as well. So there, foundation, as long as it's touching that mountain a little bit. You might find some that won't. But as you can see, again, sunk. You can do it on this one. Maybe, we'll see. See, that one will let you put one there, but if you did want one here, I'm pretty confident it would let you. See what I mean? Ceilings are your friend when pillar bases. Yeah. So anytime you reach a problem but you think there should be one that sinks there, just ceiling out, you'll be fine. Down here, ceiling, foundation, and then remove your ceilings, it won't let you build. But yeah, I've walled off all of Hilligraph Heights before, so this is an absolute lifesaver doing this. And like I said, always build from the top down, never build from the bottom up. You're just going to cause yourself so many more problems when making pillar bases. So yeah, a couple of tips there. We'll move on to the next one. So reinforcing drawbridges. So they are a solo player's dream tool for defending small bases. But if you're building them like this and just sticking your gate frame on top, this goes for any gate frame by the way as well, then you're building them wrong. Because this has got 200k, this has got 100k, your gate has got 200k, so your foundations are your weakest thing. So if they plant bombs at the bottom, they only need to destroy these foundations to destroy your drawbridge, and it's gone. So what you do is you build them on fence foundations. Let's put one up here. Add your drawbridge to that, add your gate frame. And then what you want to do is you want to put foundations behind it. So now when you draw bridges on, so this has now got 200k, 200k, this has got 90, this has got 100, so your foundation has got 190,000, so it's nearly the same. So if they destroy these fence foundations, it will just revert to being stood on the foundations and you don't lose your entire gate frame. So they have to pretty much use the same amount of bombs to get through everything. Alright. So, foundation lowering. Nice and easy. Just need a foundation or your original foundation, whichever, what you're trying to measure it up to. So let's say you need to lower that, all you do is a fence foundation. It'll build in 2 spots, you see that? Put one lower, foundation will go lower. Yeah, you can do that again, and you keep going. Now you might be thinking, why the hell do I need to do this when I can just position a foundation wherever I want it? So, let's say you've got yourself a nice little temple base, you've covered all windows with a drawbridge, so you're nice and safe, you can sit behind it and repair it. But you want sort of like a vacuum on the outside, you want to make it a bit more difficult, a nice easy way for you to get in and out. So what do you want to do? So if we try and do this the normal way, so we need foundations out here as a platform. Yeah, so if we want to build more drawbridges out here. Let's say we wanted to do that, and we wanted to get us drawbridges on the end. See this. Whenever I get the placement. I would build this on fence foundations, by the way. I know I just said build them on fence foundations. Alright, so you want this sort of build, yeah? And then you want your nice drawbridges on either side. Nice and safe. But this drawbridge, used to pull my drawbridges, this drawbridge won't place, yeah? Because your foundations are in line with this one. So what you need to do, take back them, get rid of these, alright, so you've got your foundations at side. What you want to do, you want to lower them. You don't need to do this by one. Alright, so now we've got our vacuum compartment. And as soon as we get rid of these, I only use these to bring it outside. There will be more videos on building things like this. So remember what I said with these before. You need to go around them. Drawbridges should always be fence foundationed. Yeah, but now you will find that the drawbridge goes down. So not only do you cover your inside, you have a vacuum to get out as well, with multiple entrances and exits. We put that there, that there, and that there. So now, extra defense, now you know when they're coming. And you can just straight ceiling the top of that. That's fine. Sealing it. Get yourself in there nice and safe. Then what you do is you extend the ceilings out by one, and you drop a full safe on top. And that's where you get your added HP. So if you're ever building this sort of vacuum, just go out further with your sandstone, bang yourself a safe on top, and then delete the outer edges, and then your top is covered. And they will have to go through this, so either way they are dropping bombs to get in your base. So when you're coming back to your base, pop it in your inventory, put it back on, you're still in the vacuum, they can't get in here, even if they're jumping after you. Close it and just repeat. So lowering foundations, very worth for a base like this. So you've got your nice temple base all sorted, you're nice and safe inside, you've got your drawbridges, you've got your vacuum on the outside, so why not do a ceiling base seeing as you're in a temple? Make it even more difficult to raid. So the most common mistake I see is when people try and do ceiling bases, they just foundation the entire row around here, and then they start attaching their ceilings to them for a ceiling base. Now, this distance here from the floor, just this little part from the bottom of your foundation to the top of your ceiling, is the difference between a hell of a lot of splash damage when people plant bombs on the bottom. Yeah? So, let's say I were to plant 5 bombs. In splash damage, this would probably take maybe 1,000, 1,500 in splash damage. But just by having it this distance, a little bit higher, this would only take about 500. Now I know these have got more HP, that's fine, but as soon as these goes, it opens up and your stability drops, so you need your ceilings intact. So when you're building a full ceiling base like that, I like to just use ceilings and pillars. You don't need these foundation support, they're a weakness inside your base. It gives them somewhere to climb up, it gives them a position to plant bombs on if something else happens. You don't want it. If you're having a ceiling base, make it just a ceiling base. Alright, so you want to go as high as you can pretty much. When I had this base, we probably had our ceiling round about here. Yeah? So this is what I'm going to... You can fit a full yog pit in here, that's fine. So what you want to do, you want to start with a foundation at the level what you want. Yeah? Then you want a ceiling out. And then you want a pillar to the top. Just for now. Yeah? So then you want to delete that. And now you've got your stability to build out. So you build into your backsides. Yeah, you go as far as you can, put as much down as you can. Now this isn't staying, so what we do now is we feed it into the back. Now because this is locked into top of temple now, we don't need this anymore, this one here. So what you want to do is get yourself them right at back, and just delete this one. Then you've got a nice, clean, open space. Now, sometimes it does take a little while for the stability to kick in. You might have to go away for a second and then come back. But you can find it. You can seal in through here as well. Get yourself another pillar there. That's stability for around here. And there we go. We're going further around. Pillar again. You can make these a lot neater than I am, but you get the idea. So your stability is there. See that one? That one's attached. It might not look like it is, but it is. Yeah, so you get the idea. Right, and then the middle is always going to have less stability, so I always pillar in the middle. Which I'll show you as soon as I've done this. It's just a very quick ceiling base. All the way to top. There we go, so I position my yolk pit, so if this is... let's count from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you want your yolk pit to go about here, which will be the middle, so it'll cover all your gates. So what you want to do is you want to pillar up ones here. Say one's here, and one here. You could probably go a bit further in. So we'll get that stability, we'll finish it off. And because you've pillared out in that certain spot, yog pit, bubble up, job done, elevator, wherever you want it. And there we go. That is the difference between a lot of splash damage and a little amount of splash damage. Yeah, so just for the people that don't understand the bubble mechanic, you can't fire arrows when you're down here. Let's say you're raiding a base with a bubble on it. I know a lot of like main PvP players will know this, but you can't fire up, so you have to plant bombs and rely on splash damage. Yeah, so 5 bombs down here will do maybe 300-400 damage each to these ceilings, which is nothing compared to what health they've got, and you can just repair up there. They'll be all day trying to blow into that. So yeah, a ceiling base, just make sure it's on pillars.